Hello everyone, and welcome to Cosplay Tea Time, a fun community of cosplayers bringing you some fun and nifty little cosplay podcast recordings, whether it's about anime, whether it's about holidays, whether it's about the art of cosplaying, or today's theme, which is colors. We're going to be talking about the color purple. But before we get into all of that, I want to introduce our lovely guest and tea sippers here with me today, starting with...
Hi, I'm Artemis. I use they them pronouns, and you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Hardcore Fan of Trash.
Shockingly, I am back once again after a hiatus. Maybe. So I'm Springy. Go by he, hims. I am on the Instagrams, TikToks, the Twitters, the YouTubes. Mainly on Demon Interviews. Videos are doing well again, yay. And right now I'm being the purple guy. Find it to Freddy's. That's purple. I bought this shirt for this video, so I'm gonna wear it.
And my name actually is Ruby. Not to be confused with the character, no association, none whatsoever. I can be found. My pronouns are she, her, and I can be found on. I am on Instagram. I'm on TikTok and Instagram, but TikTok's kind of silent for me. So the best way to reach me is that I tried to do a very clever way to do it, rather than for memorizing. Is my middle name, which is Christine, Christine, the word and then the word pizza, Pizza, the number 4 ever. So that's the easiest way to remember it. And I am glad to be back.
Hey, happy to have you all join, new and old faces alike. So I'm really excited for this podcast recording. So my name is Jen. I'm the founder of Cosplay Tea Time, as well as today's host. I go by she, her pronouns. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at JenPeardCosplays45. And I am cosplaying Trisha Elric from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So we got our intros out of the way. We have a couple of icebreakers today. We're going to start with our first one being a fun one, which is, what is your favorite anime series?
Ooh, that is a really hard one because there's so many good ones, and then honestly changes from time to time. At the moment, I think I am gonna go with Code Geass.
Well, I've only seen 2. Like not kind of like Pokemon or Digimon or stuff like that. So as of this moment, because I just watched the final episode a few hours ago, is Ruby. Ruby's my number 1, but it goes between that and Futopia, which is the I nod my head that way because I have Kamuro things right there. So. But yeah, one of those 2 are my favorite, depending on the day.
I would say from my favorite anime of all time, I'd have to have a split answer, unfortunately. I wish it would, because I'm watching hundreds of anime over the years. The old school anime, Sailor Moon, hands down, easily the most favorite of all time. Sailor Moon Crystal, didn't like it as well as the original, but I still like it. As far as the new version, though, for the last 20 years, I'd have to say probably, I'm going to release right into it there. I'm going to leave with Full Metal Alchemist, because it is really that much better. The old school still will always get me, but that would be my answer.
Alrighty, awesome. Well, I was also going to go Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. It's an anime series that I always recommend to folks to try, especially if they're starting to get into anime. And then, of course, Ruby is another favorite anime of mine, because it's just one of my favorite comfort shows. Like, yay, sad, tragic, with happy, wholesome memories inside. So those are my favorite types of animes. Alrighty, next up we have, if you could eat one type of food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, that is a really hard one. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Um, One type of food. Does it have to be from like a specific country or like just a general type of food?
Anything.
I probably have to say Italian food because pizza and pasta is just so good.
Oh. See, I had an answer, but then that made me change my answer. Okay, but I'm gonna just stick with my primary answer being hamburgers or cheeseburgers, mainly cheeseburgers. I love those things. Plus, you can put anything on them. I mainly just do cheese and beef, but sometimes you can throw a piece of bacon on there too, if you're feeling crazy.
Just like the last question, I'm going to make it more complicated again.
Oh, you're fine.
If I had to choose a food that I would just eat all the time, I would agree with Artemis. It is definitely pizza. I mean, there's a reason why pizza's in my Instagram name. It is because that is like the top food group for me. It's the bread, vegetables, everything you could possibly want. What's not to love? We'll leave the debate about if pineapple goes on pizza. We'll talk about that another time. But if I had to choose that and then probably dessert.
Oh, dessert.
Oh, well. I'll leave that one open for debate. I mean, I hate to say it, but my answer, if I had to choose the dessert for the rest of my life, it's chocolate chip cookies, hands down. Don't make it complicated, just easy.
Mm-hmm. Especially when they're like fresh and warm from the oven and you dip them in milk.
Fresh and warm. I can just smell it now, just thinking about it, yes.
You know, it's funny. Isn't like the food pyramid thing like shaped like a triangle, like a pizza? So therefore you could say pizza is a food group?
You could, in theory, because you put pizza is just by itself, it's just bread and sauce. So what kind of sauce do you want? What kind of you get your vegetables, you get your meats, you get all the other stuff in it. So it's perfect.
Cheese, dairy.
It's a healthy.
Oh goodness. Alright, that all sounds really good, and now I just made myself hungry talking about all that. But I would say one food that I would eat for the rest of my life is probably cereal, because it comes in like different varieties, and like I just had a bowl of cereal for dinner the other night because I didn't feel like cooking and whatnot. So I think cereal, it's just easy. Pour it in a bowl, milk, any kind of milk, and then you just go ahead and go. So alrighty, we got our icebreakers done. We're going to cut into a quick little commercial break before we talk about today's theme. So if this is your first time watching or joining our little tea party, welcome. Again, Cosplay Tea Time, we discuss different topics related to anime, the art of cosplaying, such as mental health, sewing, prop making. We talk about holidays and colors, so we just kind of take a moment out of our day, we talk about these, we ask some questions, talk about stories and whatnot, and then, viewers out there are also listening as well. So if you're a fellow cosplayer out there and this sounds like your cup of tea, make sure you message us on our Instagram. It's cosplay_tea_time. Look for the little mouse. He sits in a little teacup surrounded by books and flowers and wears a top hat. So we also have other socials. Those will be down below. Make sure to follow and support our lovely guest and tea sippers here with me today. And also, too, just want to say thank you for the continued support. I think in the fall it's going to be 2 years, and we're starting to wrap up season 3 of filming, and it's just like starting to hit me that this is really a thing, and I'm really excited about it. So thank you everybody for the wonderful support. So, all right, before we get too sentimental, let's get into today's topic. So we have the color purple, which I think, oh gosh, I'm not going to count how many ways away. going to try talking. Let's try that again. But yes, we're going to be talking about the color purple. I have a little bit of a brief history about the color, which I'm going to be looking down because I did not memorize this beforehand. So we have purple is made by mixing blue and red. The color purple was first discovered in prehistoric art during the Neolithic era, where certain powders were to draw animals. Yeah, that's right. The color purple throughout the eras was shown through clothes usually worn by royalty, art pieces, and for countries' flags. Purple dyes were once formed by crushing a particular type of sea snail with alkaline solution, making it rare and expensive. Now, I'm gonna say this wrong, but it's cochineal? It's a type of insect are used to make purple dye for clothing. Today, the color purple represents wisdom, power, and nobility. In cosplay, the color purple is featured in dresses, decals, and wigs. So there you go. I know all about the color purple. So thank you to those websites for helping me create that. Alright, so now we're just going to go and get into the theme questions, starting with the first one being, what is your favorite shade of purple?
That's a hard one. There's a lot of really pretty shades, but I'm probably gonna have to go with royal purple just because it's a nice, like, jewel toned purple and it's really, really pretty.
So I think my favorite color of purple is, let's see if I can not knock everything over on my desk to get this thing out. Is this yeah, I know. It looks very yellow and white because of my light. But it is a purple, I promise. Oh, there we go. Aha. I had to surprise it. I like this color purple a lot. It's like a very much like darker and more matte coloring of purple. And even like when I tried to paint something of my own, I still tried to somewhat match it. Somewhat. There we go. There we go. It took a minute, but I got it. The best I could. But yeah, that's my personal favorite color of purple. If I can put that back over there and that over there.
And mine actually is the opposite. Mine is the light purple. I prefer it because it's a nice aesthetic with a lot of different colors. It goes well with a lot of different, especially when you're painting something else, because then you don't have to worry about if you're getting things too dark with the mixture correct of red and blue. You can actually add it with the other, because you don't want dark purple to basically looking like black. Because there's really not a big difference between the two. Because purple's a nice, you're right, it has a lot of royalty. So for somebody, that usually means that if somebody's wearing purple, that usually means, you're right, they're royalty. They come from wealthy family. Or they're trying to symbolize something else, good wealth or something else.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and I'm also with Ruby on this one. I do like the lighter shades of purple, like the lavender. There's just something about like just like a pastel purple. It like calms me, soothes me down. So, and I love lavender, like the plant and stuff. So, it's a very pretty shade. All right, next up we have you ever wanted to dye your hair purple?
Surprisingly, no, because I feel like it would be so much maintenance to try and maintain it, because you'd probably have to mix like red and blue dyes, and I know blue dyes tend to fade green, red dyes fade really quickly, so it'd probably be a lot of maintenance, which is why I haven't really considered it. I'm fine with just wearing purple wigs.
Oh yes, I have actually dyed my hair purple before. I have. It was way before I was doing anything online, so like there's like not any good pictures of it. But I dyed my hair. I went from this darker green to blue to purple, just kind of like going through like a trend, and then that purple we slowly kind of turned like some of the tips like pink, and then I had to stop because of someone's wedding, because pink and purple doesn't match the light blue sea. But But yeah, I have had it purple before, and it actually more fades from because I had more darker purples. Ironically, much closer to the Raven wig. Uh, so it just kind of just fades into like more of a lighter shade of purple, more than turning it into green or anything like that. From my experience, at least.
I've actually almost debated between the red versus purple. Purple would be so hard to maintain. Red was just, it's like, okay, which shade of red? Do you want to do bright red? Do you want to do a key red? Do you want to do from recycled from the 80s? Do you want to do, I mean, it's just, there's so many different options. Do you want to just do the rainbow?
Easy answer.
Just not choose an option. Yes. It's just going to be, it's like, with how long my hair is, it would be so expensive to do. It's cost prohibitive because my hair is so long.
I debated, I think, like towards the end of 2022, I got Comey from Comey Can't Communicate. I got her wig and it's purple. And I remember trying it on for the first time. It looked a little wonky and stuff, but then I styled it. And then I was like looking at it in the mirror and I'm like, you know what? I could pull off purple. And I remember taking a photo and sending it, I think, through here. I'll have to find it later. I remember sending it through here and I'm like, Bella, convince me not to dye my hair purple. And I forget what Bella said. I should have looked it up, but she's like, yeah, it's pretty high maintenance. You know, Artemis, you were talking about like all the different colors that go into purple and whatnot. So it would be quite a chore to take care of it. But it is pretty, and we do have wigs, so it's always the easy option. Alrighty. Next up, we have clothing. So what clothing items best represent the color purple?
Probably, in my opinion, probably like shirts or dresses, just because that's where you can get the most pigmentation, because there's so many different shades purple in like dresses, as well as different shades purple in tops, because they can really saturate it or they can have it be lighter. So probably like dresses and tops, because those tend to be worn the most in that color.
I definitely agree. What I was thinking though was mainly like a lot of like anything very flowy. You know what I mean? It could be like a cape. It could be like some sort of like trench coat type of thing. You know, some sort of dress that just like kind of just flows all the way down. Anything that makes you think of a villain, because purple is also very well known for being evil. Since I think I'm actually the only villain here as well, wearing purple. Because purple is also very well known for being a very villainous color. You know, with the evil queen and.
Oh, we're gonna get into that.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I'll stop that section then, and I'll talk more about that later. But yeah. Yeah. But yeah. Anything long and flowy, like the yeah.
The only problem I have with the color purple and wearing it as a clothing item is because where I live, the sun is basically out and beating on you for 10 months of the year. If you have experience with outdoors for a lot and you're outdoors a lot, anything that has a dark color, especially purple, is going to fade. And it's going to fade eventually to white. That's why I took off my tiara and showed. He's like, this is a good example where I prefer where the gems actually are purple, because that actually you can hide it, and you can it will actually last longer. That way, because like I said, with clothing items, with purple especially, outdoors, you've seen it all the time with bed sheets and everything else. It doesn't take much, and all of a sudden, purple becomes like a maroon or something. It's not too long.
So good tidbit to know. So, Let's see, clothing item. I do have dark purple dress. I have a light colored dress that I'll be wearing for a later podcast recording. But I do agree, like a cape, like a purple cape, just sounds so royal and elegant to me. I think one of my OCs like starts out like with the purple cape, to kind of symbolize that. So I definitely think that would be something really, really cool to have and just walk around, even at home, just walk around with the purple cape around my shoulders, like, oh yeah, let's do this. Okie dokie. Let's see. Next up, we have what mood best fits the color purple.
I'd say probably like relaxing and romantic almost, because I have seen purple used a fair bit in more like romantic scenes in fan fictions and in various media. So I think like relaxing but also romantic, probably a little bit more on like the relaxing side, just because it's a more chill color and it tends to be on like the cooler side, so it's like a little bit more mellow and relaxing.
Mm-hmm. From I would have to kind of say the opposite in some cases, being it's much more, in my personal opinion, linked with like fear and negativity. Not as an emotion, but just like when you see it, you in my space of what I have, know and stuff. Purple's much more makes me more think of like fear and like things that like can get you type of thing, from any age. Um, but yeah, that's, and also in some medias, well, mainly Inside Out, they show that purple is the color of fear. So that's one of the examples. But there's also, back to the villains being purple. But yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Actually, I'm gonna agree with Springy on this point because as an older, I'm gonna go a little retro here. The old cartoon Darkwing Duck. I mean, constantly with the purple cape. I mean, literally the epitome of trying to intimidate others with purple. And it just a lot of people are afraid of what they don't understand, and especially purple is kind of misunderstood color a lot. Purple is used as pastel in terms of different religions, different holidays, but is also used, as you're right, in royalty. So it can be kind of used all over the place. It just depends on your perspective. Yes, I agree with Artemis. That's a calming thing. But certain gems that are purple give off a lot of energy. So they do the opposite of the other. They give you power.
So I feel like I'm kind of in the middle as well, because it's really funny, like purple's like between red, which we all think, or at least like I think of like a red fiery like spirit type of thing, and like blue's like very calming, very relaxing and stuff. So yeah, purple definitely does fit that mix pretty well. So I kind of feel a little bit relaxed whenever I listen to like music, and like in the background it'll have like a purple, either like a light purple or something type of background. And then sometimes too, like, if there's like a villain and there's like a scene or something and there's like purple, like dark purple in the background mixed with like red and black, it's kind of like, ooh, this is scary and creepy. So yeah, it's definitely a middle type of thing. All right, next up we have favorite question that everybody loves. What food and or drink fits the color purple?
This is going to sound very cliche, but grapes, because even though they're like kind of technically called red grapes, they look a bit more purple. And I feel like that's the most commonly associated thing. But also people probably associate it with like the purple bag of Doritos, because people like that. I don't know. More so grapes.
I have one, but I don't like it. Have an answer, but I don't like it, so I'm just gonna skip myself. Just go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna get it later.
Yeah.
Ruby, do
I
you
go?
know? Yeah, go ahead.
Prunes.
Oh. Was that your answer,
Prunes are
Springy?
wonderful.
No, mine's worse. Like mine's
Mine,
bad. It's real bad.
How can a food
prunes
be
are
bad? Go
prunes
ahead, Ruby.
are great for you. Prunes are great. They are maybe higher in sugar than some of the others, but they are wonderful, especially for the American diet.
Mm-hmm.
And even in moderation, they can either in fruit or in juice.
Yeah, because prunes are just from plums. That was going to be one of my answers, was plums. So,
Plums
yeah,
is a good choice.
plums are good. Very tasty, especially in the fall. Oh, plums and get pears and stuff. Oh, so good. Anyway, making myself hungry with this. Let me see what else is there. Lavender, you can actually cook with lavender, like break it down, and like if you put it in sugar, you can make like sugar cookies and roll it in the lavender sugar and then bake them. So good, so good. Recommend. And eggplant was my other one, even though it's like white inside.
Oh yeah.
That was your answer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's not a bad
Yeah.
food.
Good.
What's wrong
I
with plants?
I'll explain it later.
Okay,
Oh,
okay,
dear.
Dad.
I'll explain when you're older.
No, I like eggplant. I like cooking eggplant. I mean, it's purple on the outside, but then when you peel it, and you have to peel it because the skin is apparently like toxic or something. Like, so you have to like peel it and like let it soak and stuff, or like let like the water absorb, and then you make eggplant parmesan. You can cut it up, put it in like a tomato sauce, put it over spaghetti. I am not helping the hungry situation. Gosh. Let's move on to another fun question, which is kind of what we've been talking a little bit about, but we'll have folks elaborate, which is what characters fit the color purple?
There's a lot of characters that fit the color purple. One of them being who I'm cosplaying, Raven from Teen Titans. I'd also say definitely like a big one from a more like popular media at the moment would definitely be any of the Electro characters from the game Genshin Impact, especially Lisa and Raiden Shogun, because they have a lot of purple in their outfits. Especially Raiden Shogun because she's the Electro Archon and she has like purple in her weapon, purple in her outfit, her hair is purple, her eyes are purple. So I definitely feel like those are the big ones. And also Sailor Mars because of her hair being purple, and also who Ruby is cosplaying as well. That's definitely another association with purple. And also Jen and, well, basically everybody here cosplays are associated with purple.
Well, like I was saying, there's a lot of villains known for the color purple, like the purple guy. It's in his name. A lot, at least recently, like any like one-time villains in Kamen Rider, they're purple. Like they're they start off evil, they turn good in one way or another. There's always some Kamen Rider reason behind it. Them, and then there's also the one we all know of, Miss Blake Belladonna, is also very purple, even though her primary color is known for is black. But purple is also what she is known as well. And then I have so many things I can just grab and show, but we're gonna stop doing that now. Just gonna point, and then nobody will know what I'm pointing at. The future Pokemon known as Miraidon from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. He's the violet one. Yeah, there's a lot of purple that in my is more seen as villainous and stuff like that. I think I only named one that isn't a villain. That's a Pokemon. That's debatable if he's a villain or not. Depends on what the story is for whatever Pokemon movie they're gonna make for him.
Keep going.
No, it's your turn.
Oh, sorry.
My screen, you're over here.
Oh, sorry. You're up here for me. I would actually have to say I'd agree with Artemis that it is Raven. That is probably one of the most well known in terms of the fictional universe. But I'd have to have the correction on this. Isn't the one the anime where they all are dressed up in suits and ties? Isn't that all shade of purple? A shade of purple, or is that a shade of blue?
I have no idea.
Oran, I think that's more of a
Oran.
blue on the like blazer itself, but it does have a tiny bit of purple on the tie.
Okay, it's Oran High School. That's what I was thinking of. But yes, in terms of Ruby, yes, we Blake, the hands down.
Mhm.
Certainly, yes. In the later volumes, you can see the purple. And then I'd have to say, I'm not sure, is Phantom of the Opera more purple or black? The cape.
Oh, wow. You're talking about the Phantom himself?
Yes.
I
The
feel like
inside
he's
of it.
more black. Like black pants, the black cape, and the black hat. So, I'd say more black. Yeah.
And also the most well-known one, probably of everyone, is probably Grimace from McDonald's.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that took me back
All
to
purple.
yeah. I always wanted to go hug him. He's so huggable. So, uh, let's see. So I did write a few down. I'll start with like popular media and then tie it into Ruby because there's a couple of the characters y'all forgot about. So that's okay. This isn't a test. All right, so we have Ursula from The Little Mermaid. She has like the purple tentacles, like purple bluish skin. It was really hard to tell on the screen, but represents the color purple. Madame Mim from The Sword in the Stone. She's kind of purpley vibes. We have Yzma from The Emperor's New Groove. kind of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She has like the purple skin, wears all purple, has like the purple carriage looking thing. And we have the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland.
Mm-hmm.
So, as well as another feline from Ruby who represents them. Okay, and then the two characters that wear purple, maybe not represent, but they wear purple is Glenda Goodwitch. She has purple on the back of her cape, and I know that because I have made her cape and it's staring at me, and this is a leftover piece from her cape that I'm going to be using for a young version of Salem. She also wears a purple dress because I'm trying to find purple fabric for her, and purple fabric is very pricey, as we mentioned before, so... So those are two other Ruby characters that wear the color purple. So, Springy, you have your hand up.
I know one more Ruby one that wears the color purple.
Who is it?
It's gosh diddly dang it. Their name's like Shio from Ruby the Ice Queendom. Is it Shio?
Oh, the witch.
Yes.
Zayden something.
Zayden. Yes,
think.
it was a Z.
We did a whole video discussing.
I still don't know how to pronounce it. And
I know you're talking
that was the
about.
joke the whole video.
Yeah, because I remember seeing them and like their hat and stuff, and I was like, I want that hat. So that's a good call. Ruby Ice Queendom. So I guess you get a bonus point. Whatever Hogwarts house you are, you get a point.
Yes.
And we actually have one more question for the morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time zone it may be, which is what song, music, or band represents the color purple?
I feel like the obvious answer is going to be Purple Rain by Prince, just because it has purple in the title, and he frequently wore purple, so I feel like that's my answer, is Prince, and specifically his Purple Rain album, and the song Purple Rain.
Purple band. Sorry, my cat is trying to get into everything. That's why I shut my door, Jack. You're not purple. You're not gonna match. A purple song or band. For some reason, my brain first went to like Panic at the Disco. They have some purples in there. So I think they're more like lighter purples, but I think think there are a few purples in there. Yeah, that's what we're gonna go with. I'm gonna get like ridiculed by like all the Panic at Disco fans who are like, "No, it's not purple. It's a pink." It's like I'm sorry. I haven't looked at that logo in particular in a while. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go old school on this one. I'm gonna go the Raisinets. For the 80s, yes. However long ago that was at this point, I can't even remember anymore.
They don't count. Let's see. So yes, Purple Rain by Prince. We have Purple Sky by Born Free. It's actually pretty decent. And we have a new one that just came out 3 weeks ago that I've been listening to on repeat, which is actually called Indigo by Jim Yosef. I know it's not technically purple, but it's close enough. Close enough. Yes, Artemis?
I have another one. It's that old, like, I forget what year it's from. I think it's 80s or 90s, but Purple People Eater.
That sounds familiar.
From the 60s, yes.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that late. Wow.
Yes.
How time flies. Many, many moons. Alright, nice. So there you go. We'll add them to our playlist whenever I have time to make that. So stay tuned for that. Alrighty, and with that, I don't have any other questions about today's theme, but I always like to turn over to the guest and tea sipper, see if they have questions about either Cosplay Tea Time or about the theme that they want to ask people here. So Artemis, any questions?
Anything, honestly.
Yeah, okay. Springy?
No, but I will have a comment when we're done recording.
Okie dokie, looking forward to that. Ruby?
I think I actually had to ask the question of what drew people to the color purple? Did you like it because of the other best of it, or did you like it because of the way it looks, because it's different? Because it is a different color. It is a mixture. It is combined. It is a color that is only created when you combine two colors. It is not a solitary color by itself in nature.
Are you asking everybody in the call here?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So Artemis, you want to start?
I liked it because it's a mixture of blue, which is my favorite color, and red, which is also another one of my favorite colors. And there's so many different shades. It also definitely seems, well, I'm also attracted to it because it's in two of the flags of my gender and sexuality. It's in the non-binary flag and in the asexual flag. So that's partially why I'm drawn to it. But also, it's just a nice, chill color, and it looks good for cosplay pieces and just in general.
Well, primarily I really like purple because of a lot of the like more villainous characters that I enjoy watching on screen or in a video game that will soon be on a screen. But yeah, my first like big exposure to the color purple was in other than just learning the colors, was in Kamen Rider. And wow, I've talked about Kamen Rider a lot this episode. I just never realized. You would have thought I wouldn't got enough of that, doing 3 videos on Kamen Rider the other day. Nope, I'm still at it. Yeah, bing. But yeah, that's primarily like why I started actually, caring for the color purple, was because of a lot of the characters I enjoy watching, fighting against, fighting as, wear those colors, and they're just, very complementary, with my favorite colors being, green or black as well. They're very complementary to both, at least in my mind.
Let's see what drew me to the color purple. Actually, the color purple is my sister's favorite color. So whenever I see the color purple, like I think of her and whatnot and all that. So, but yeah, and also too, I do have appreciation for like making the color purple, because I do like oil painting whenever I'm not working on cosplay pieces and stuff. And mixing the color purple is such a chore, because especially if you want to get the right shade and you don't want it to get too dark to be black, you don't want it too light because it won't show up as well unless you're trying to paint it over a darker area or something. Like if you're doing like a field of flowers and stuff. It's a lot of work, but it's rewarding. I feel like when you mix the color purple. So definitely. How about you, Ruby?
Well, I mean, to be honest, why I like the color purple is because it is kind of a mysterious color. It is from a gem. It is the one that gives people power. It gives off power like more than all the others do. Because it has just a mysterious quality that always just draws me to it. Because yes, red is my favorite color. I like blue, but when you mix the two, you do get purple. I agree with Artemis that is part of our Firefly being ace on the ace spectrum. I like that. I like it a lot. But I also like the fact that it's used so cleverly all the time. Especially if I wanted to create my own OC character, and that's what I was leading to my next question, which is if anybody had an OC character they wanted to do from any fandom. Oh, I am leaving this open just for anyone to if you have a big character you want to create OC, I do not care. From any fan of anime, Kamen Rider, whatever, it doesn't matter. What would you like to create? And I know that everybody's getting excited the prospect of talking about this.
That is such a good question, by the way. I never even thought of is like making a character based on the
just
colors.
with using the color. I mean, your entire outfit doesn't have to be purple. It can have like purple elements. But
Let's start with Artemis again.
That is a good one. Probably a Electro character from Genshin Impact, just because the primary color of the Electro element in game is purple, and I feel like you could go nuts with it, and you could do purple elements in their like outfit, or just have their vision be purple, or like something about their physical features be purple. Anything goes, really.
I already have a purple character from Ruby. And it's hard to if I wanted to pick a different fandom, because most of my characters as of right now are either from Kamen Rider or Ruby for OCs, or a mixture of both and all that, or mixtures with other things. Because a lot of my favorite characters from Kamen Rider are already purple, and ones I would want to base around that season. I can't. If I do purple, then it's gonna be like, and I just made the same character that I already enjoy. So right now for characters I've made, I've only got the one purple character, which is my Ruby OC, which now I feel like I need to cosplay as at some point in my life, because I have so much art for him. I will need to spend more money on him. But yeah, yes.
All right, I'm gonna take it away. So I did mention earlier I have an OC in the works who has a purple cape at the beginning. Her name is Leora Dawn, and she actually is gifted the purple cape from her grandmother, who then passes away a few days later and whatnot. Very, very sad. But she wears that purple cape all the time until kind of in Sailor Moon and Winx Club fashion, she gets like an outfit change, and the purple cape is no more. But she has that. It's kind of funny because my OCs that I create for different worlds, whether it's Ruby, My Hero, Demon Slayer, it's like gray and blue. Those are my top two favorite colors. Like I don't really think about purple. If so, then it'd probably be like an accessory or something. But Ruby, what about you?
Well, that was actually my last question, so this will actually end it.
Okay.
Plus, my phone is almost dead, so trying to finish this up quickly. The reason I took this off is because I would actually because I love Sailor Moon is my favorite anime, but I would want to be my own OC. And that's why I love season 5 so much, is because it introduces the idea of there are senshi that are, because I guess Sailor Moon is that each planet has one. Well, in season 4 and season 3 through 5, we see the outer senshi, we see the other planets. Season 5 includes, it really isn't a spoiler, we see Sailor Galaxia, who's from a completely different universe, was from her own planet. There are a lot of planets that we have no knowledge of at all. So there is a completely open. It's much like Star Wars. You can see, you can create your own OC, and I would want to create my own OC because Sailor Saturn is my favorite girl. Hotaru, she is so misunderstood, but I love her to death. She, but I would want a purple gem for the OC, and I would want to incorporate a lot of it like this. But I also like the Sailor. To be frank, I actually like the Sailor Stars, the outfits. I would want to create an outfit like the Sailor Stars, but incorporate purple with it, and like I said, have the purple gem.
That'd be really, really pretty. I would love to see that. So, sounds amazing. Yes, so thank you for those questions, Ruby. That was a lovely way to kind of wrap up the discussion. So, we're going to be taking off. Just want to say thank you to the guests and tea sippers who joined me. And not only that, Artemis, you are now a tea sipper. Yay!
Woo!
Which means you get purple handle Discord name.
Ooh, fancy.
I know.
Perfect timing.
So if you're out there and you want to join our little community of cosplayers, it's pretty awesome here. Do be sure to message us on Instagram. Make sure to follow, support everyone here. Follow and support Cosplay Tea Time. And we hope everyone is taking care, staying safe, and keep sipping away. Bye, everyone.